Hello. Hi there. Hello. Happy to be on live tonight. This evening, rather. I'm saying night. It's just after somewhere near 3:30 thereabout. So, we are in the evening hours, right? Schools are out. No, I saw some children going home. And persons are probably still at work, trying to do their 8-hour shift. Let me greet all my moms and fathers, all the different children from the different homes, all the different professionals, even those who are not a professional and those who have a career, and even those who are at home, they may be housewives or they are not, they don't choose to be employed. They want to stay home and look after their family. I give you a special shout out, a special break, special sound to you guys. Happy to have you on when you do come on. Happy to share your, happy that you can share in my company. And this early in the evening, I don't think I'll be staying very long, but I will stay on as long as is necessary for all of us once we get something meaningful from our discussion. And I'm still hoping early time that persons will be on so we can have a little talk. Today is Wednesday, the middle of the week. What are your thoughts on how much are you on your way to achieving your goals? Yesterday was All Foods Day. Did you get food? Hi, I see I have company. Welcome to the live. I hope you are able to join us from where you are and can say, you can like up the live, touch your thumbs up, and you can tell us where you're from. You can share with us. Where in the world are you? Are you anywhere near here? Are you having a weather like what we're having now? Very cool. Today is the second day of April, and the weather is little unpredicting, but it's still cool. In the nights, it gets very cold. And I'm told that some places are seeing snow. Thank you for the heart. Thank you so much. Thank you. I wanted to go and do a little walk, but guys, out there is cold. So I have to change and just stay inside, which I don't like because I really want to be on the outside. I really want to be out there, inhaling some nice, cool air. As you come on, you like up the live, touch your thumbs up. Barbil, Barbilosco. Babelusco, you take my breath away like George Floyd. You take my breath away. Okay, I hear you. Like up the live, guys, when you come on. Just touch your thumbs up, man. Anna Solus. Hi, I'm new. Okay, for those who are new and you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and make sure you leave a comment so I can find you and come back to your page and connect with you, right? Look, everyone, it's a home. Why are you saying that? You're wrong. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? I'm not. I'm not what you're thinking. No, oh, is it the wrong color you're telling me that I have on? Blue, white, and red? I don't know. Maybe they want me to put them out. I am not what you're thinking. Thank you very much. Staying off the grid. Tell them to get off the grid. They're crazy. I don't know what they're talking about. If they continue, I may just have to put them in a corner. All right? These are not the colors that those people wear, so they are crazy. They are making crazy comments. The colors, look at the colors that they wear. Go and look. Go and search at the colors that they wear. And if that's why you come to just be rude, you can get off. Get off. You don't have to stay. I don't have any mister here. And you know that. But no, should I call you mister? Why are you here? You know you saw the name. Is Mr. a female? I don't know if that. Is Mr. a female? Come on. Some people just, As you turn on the live, you have some people that just trolls, just up and down. And you're not going to chase me if I just block you. But I'm giving you a chance to come around. Do you have homework to do? Do you have? This is not a gay home cut. This is a gay home. Where are you from? Go someplace else. Go someplace else. Go find yourself something to do. You have nothing to do. You're a time waster. I don't know why they come. Get off. Right? You have no purpose. You serve no purpose. You serve no purpose. So I'm going to see how long you're going to keep up. Right? No. Thank you, and Solis. Now, Auntie D is here. In the middle of the week, today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Get off the grid. That's what you need to do. Today is Wednesday. And, when you reach the middle of the week, you're trying to see how much, where is the mustache? Where's the mustache? How much you're able to achieve, what you're able to do, and what is your goal. Exactly. I don't know why they're here. I don't know why they're here. Right? What's their purpose? Distractors. Right? That's what I'm going to do, and let them just stay there until they get lost. Get lost in the wind. That's what they need to do. Okay. Because that's what people do right then. When they, after school, they go around and try to be on people's live and make some hateful comments, which is not necessary. Okay, so what when it comes to the beginning of a week, you need to have a goal in mind, what your plans are, what do you intend to do, and when it reaches the middle of the week, you should be able to reflect to see where you're heading to, what your goals, if you're able to achieve them, right? So many a times we sometimes fall behind in what we are doing, and we tend to lose focus, like this person there tend to lose focus. But whatever you do, you will always have distractors. You have some, they will purposely come to get you turned off, even if you had a positive goal in mind. They come to distract you, and distractors will always focus heavily on distracting. So you who know your goal have to keep it in mind. Right, so the devil, thank you very much, Ebony. Emily, do you have a channel? Because I'm trying to identify persons with a channel so I can go over and support you, right? Just like persons who come over, subscribe to my channel, I also do the same to them, right? He's crazy. That person is crazy, right? So that is why now I say, I ask if you have a channel. If you don't, then okay, I realize don't. Okay, no problem. Because I would want to go and waste time to look, and then you don't have one. Because persons subscribe to me, I also go and look for their channel. But if they don't leave a comment, I am not able to find the channel. And then when they don't get a response, no, they will say, oh, I subscribed to her channel so long ago, and she hasn't even subscribed or paid me any mind or say thanks. Some persons, when they subscribe, just touch the subscribe button and they're gone. You don't know who subscribed. You don't know how to reach back to the person to even show appreciation, to say thanks, or to go back to their channel and subscribe to them and give them little ideas as well. Right? So that is what I'm speaking about. So you don't have one. Soulless, with the soulless, Anna, do you have a channel? If you're still there, okay. Right. What about that one? Right. So persons who don't have, whenever you do, and you let me know so that I can subscribe to your channel because not everybody will have at the same time, right? Because I had from 2019, but I just had it just looking at other channels until 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I chose to start a channel, and it has challenges, and I decided I'm not going to give up. I'm going to press on just the same. So I try to encourage persons as well. Now back to what I was saying. So today is Wednesday. We are in the middle of the week. I'm just waiting on a moment, you know, because when I block permanently. You understand me? So let them keep doing what they're doing, because what they're doing is sending up my algorithm. Yeah, so persons can see it, right? So let them do. They don't have much sense. I will wait on them. Right. So they are trying to get me, my attention. They are trying to distract me. I'm going to keep focus. So what I was saying now. So when you have a goal, today is Wednesday, we're in the middle of the week, and very soon, in a couple of days, we are going to be at the weekend. Now, in the middle of the week, we should have been in a reflective mode to question ourselves. Am I on the right track? Am I achieving my goal? How far am I from my goal? You know, so where am I? Where am I from my goals? So, you take an assessment. What do I need to do to improve my standards of where I should be? Like these people are here, coming on to distract. They're not going to get me. I will block them, but I'm giving them time but let them do what they're doing. They're advertising themselves, but it's sending up my algorithm that persons are seeing it. I'm not a male. I'm a female, but they can't decide. But they're there. They come to distract, and that I will turn off and run away. I'm not, right? So, okay, so the persons are all gone. So when we look at persons who come into our space as distractors, we should be able to recognize them. We should be able to recognize them. And they will come with some comments that can make us become so uncomfortable. Don't once you know it doesn't it's no there's no truth in it, don't let it be a burden to you. Don't let it affect you. Because of what? You don't want anything to cause you to lose focus. Because that's what the devil does, send people in your lives to distract you. So you're planning so much to reach your goal, and they send some persons now to create a distraction. Even those persons now, maybe they don't even own a phone, but they grab somebody's phone and try to make trouble. Maybe they're at school, cannot finish their schoolwork, they're at home going home on the road, and they see this thing come up with the live, they grab at it. Right? I don't normally come this early and live, but I have to explore the different time frame. I have to explore. So I'm not going to allow anybody to feel that I'm scared, I'm going to run off. I'm not going to run off. I'm not going to run off. Right? So that's what some people do. That is what they do. They behave very rude, and they don't care. They don't give much respect to their elders. So they just go about in a flamboyant way, and then ends up later on regretting every move that they make. Mm-hmm. So the devil is there using people to do a lot of things. A lot of things. And some persons are yielding. They're just taking it on. What the devil affords, they just grab it. And they don't even recognize that they are sinking themselves deeper into his clutches. So when he holds them firmly and they cannot get out of his clutch, they begin to hate other persons. Right? They begin to hate other person. So I won't waste time on persons who are set out to be distractors. Right? I will not waste any time. Now let me go a little more as we are in the middle of the week, so we're just reflecting. No, yesterday was called All Fools Day, 1st of April. Ever since I know myself, I've always heard people say, it's All Fools Day, right? And in my time, there were times when persons would use some little gimmicks to lead you astray. And if you're not smart enough, you could be fooled. Normally, it's being done by younger persons or children. And they would try to, it's more look on as if it's a lie. It's not really truth in what they're saying, but it's a way of like having some light moments. But you realize that by midday, it's like it's finished. So it's like a half day thing for a couple hours. So from you wake up your bed, out of your bed, you will hear them say, "Today is All Fools Day," right? And be careful. I even said to a lady this evening, were you fooled yesterday? She said, no, but she almost got caught, right? Some people use some terrible situations to get persons to move and gravitate because you have to make it so convincing that the person is going to dash off, right? So therefore, if you're going to trick a person, first you have to be studying the person to know that the person is a healthy person. The person doesn't have a heart condition or any health issues. That's when you say something to the person is going to throw up their hands and collapse, right? So if you don't know those things, you can run those tricks. And then you do those tricks with your peers because, hi, side tricks. Listen in your stream. Okay, thank you. You didn't expect to see me. I pop in at times. Yeah, yes. So I was just doing some reflecting on, I'm just doing a half hour thing, you know, because I was not able to do it this morning. I was rushing. And then maybe tonight I may come on a little late and persons are gone to their beds or whatever, they're retiring. So I said, let me do a little thing. I had some rude persons here earlier, but I say I wasn't gonna block them yet because the algorithm shows that it goes. Because every time. So if they had continued, then I probably would have. So I had to chase them away. So I guess they are gone. They can't take it anymore, so they run away. So how was your day, Cytics? How was it? Did you have an enjoyable day? Or how is your midweek going? How is your midweek? Welcome to the live, guys. And when you come, touch the thumbs up button so that we can have the live, have it being viewed by other persons. You don't want to just have a dead live. Come on, you touch the button, touch the thumbs up so the algorithm will show. And welcome to the live, those who are just joining. If you are there, Citrix, how was your midweek? How has your midweek been going? Is it anywhere near to what you'd have wanted? Or are you far from your goals? If you are still there, maybe not. Okay. Okay, other person. I see I have two other persons there too. Okay, Ebony, don't let them deter you. There are times that when you start having your own channel, when I just started, I was faced with a lot of situations. And at one point I said, I can't bother because I don't want to swear. But then I'm trying to have more patience. So they cast a lot of things. Right? They cast a lot of aspersions that they don't know nothing about me. I don't know them. So I'm quite fine. Right? I'm quite fine. So don't let them stress you. Yeah, that's what we have to do. God race, yeah, it will turn out because, as I said, the devil sends people in many forms, and the devil knows he has but a short time. When I do, I'm not going too far, but I mean, I don't like to derail. When I do devotion on my channel, I normally do it like once per week. I realize, see, if I tell them that I'm going to be doing it, you don't have more than maybe one or two, stay about 2 minutes and then gone and nobody no really come. But you see, if I take them by surprise, they just stay and then they start to dream good until I'm left alone. And I come to realize that persons does not want to hear the word of God. I don't know why. Is it that they are so deep in sin As the song says, far from the peaceful shore. They don't want, just trying to bring in, not that you're trying to convert anybody. And I try not to discuss religion or politics. I try to stay far. But why is it? Even if they believe, I've had persons on my platform who shares difference in religious beliefs. And I listened. I commend them because I'm not here to condemn any denomination. I'm not here to contradict what the Bible says against what the other religious book says. We are here to share and have a good time. And we can share and respect each other's feelings. So if somebody believes in, say, speaking in tongues, why should I come here and condemn those persons? If somebody said they believe in the 7 day Sabbath, why should I go and condemn, or why should they condemn the other person who worship on the Sunday? Those are the things that I look at. And that is why persons cannot reason, they cannot share what they have inside them without becoming so aggressive with their words and with their thoughts. They don't try to reason so that they can share, as well as by sharing you're educating yourselves. Because when you look at it, it's not only those who keep Sabbath going to heaven. I don't believe that. And it's not only those who keep Sunday. Because some people, right, some people believe that if they don't go to church, they're not going to heaven. Because when they go to church, they feel so close. You should be able to think that being away from the congregation that you worship, you have to have a personal relationship. So if you are going to rely on being just in the church building when the pastor is preaching or whatever is being done, but when you go by yourself, you are far from the truth or far from the word. What are you professing yourself to be? You're professing yourself to be a hypocrite, right? We don't have to push anything. It's like you're going to have an election. One is PNP, one is JP. You're going to push this one, go for this one. You allow people to think and choose, right? So that's why God give us a brain. You have to have a personal relationship. The Rasta come with their beliefs. You want to say the Rasta now go ahead. Yes, he said that you're not to forsake it. But at the same time, it boils down to a personal relationship. Not forsaking the assembly. You should always be going together because I believe iron sharpens iron, but at the same time, you don't condemn. You have some people in the same congregation condemning each other. They condemn each other, right? So I believe at times you must put yourself in a situation where you and God, and then if you put yourself in that situation, He's going to guide you. He's going to lead you into all truth. And because I use a certain term now, I'm kind of suspicious. Yeah, He's going to lead you into all truth and give you a better understanding. So you go to church, which is good. The preacher preaches, which is good. You're trying to understand. You understand some of it because everybody is there with you. You go by yourself, you don't remember anything, you cannot associate anything. So you didn't learn. Just like a teacher teaches at school, when after the teacher teaches in the class, everybody appears to understand. They do the work well. Okay, they go home and come back the next day. They don't remember. Some don't remember what you say. Some remember some parts of what you say. When you check it out, half of the class didn't learn it. You have to go back again. So each time you have to have a personal relationship. And that is what is going to guide you into the truth. That's my thinking. So I try not to come here to indoctrinate anybody or anybody to come on the platform to indoctrinate other persons. And but somebody has said to me, I think you should pray. You should pray before you start. And I always do that and then I kind of slow down. I said, so I call on the Lord before I actually go live. Right? Because what? I know the devil. So when I see these things happening, people coming and making comments, I say, Lord, you see them in my heart. It give me the strength not to because what, the devil want me to go off. Because what I'm talking to you now, I didn't have that in mind, none at all. I was just going to come and spend some time talking about midweek and that sort of thing, achievements. I mentioned some other things. What I'm saying now, religiously, I wasn't thinking of it because these people just jump on the live from out of nowhere and come with some ridiculous comments. There were times when they would do that and I would just block them at the same time. They say no. Let them see. When they go back, they are going to go back and look at the live. That's what some people do. And they're going to see that, oh, that's what she meant. Just like when, if you believe in God and you're going to go out and do witnessing, when a person chases you away from their home or insult you, what are you going to do? Stop witnessing. You're going to do it again because you're not going off yourself. Because of yourself, you just quit. You just quit and say you can't bother. But God is giving us the strength to endure. And sometimes, even the two thieves on the cross, you see what happened? One say, come down, and the other one say, remember me. Right? So we have to just put it out there. Just put it out there and let God deal with the rest. Mhm. Some people are just, So I said I want to share, the week. I want what I wanted to do this morning. It was running late on me, so I had to dash out. And I said, if I wait until late in the evening again, maybe, So, hi, Sonia. Hi, hi, hi. Yes, we need to speak the truth. But they say the truth hurts. So each time, to reach to persons, you have to meet them where they are. I don't want to use the platform too solely for that purpose because I have persons from different backgrounds. I don't know. Sometimes when they come, what they represent and what they say, they are far from that. They just want you to speak out so that your voice goes out to say, you say, I said this and I said that. So they're in the background typing. You don't know who they really are. You understand? So I don't want to jeopardize neither my channel or anybody's channel. So I do what I know I am comfortable to do. And like the Pharisees, they get up and they pray a big prayer, make everybody hear, so that we can go and whisper a prayer. Yeah, yes, that's true. I like that point that you give me to remember too. And Jesus could have said he wasn't going to go into the temple, but he knew they were there and he went there. And they come and they tried to listen some of them. Then they still did. Some did not take what he was saying. I like your point, Ebony. Hi, Pickerel. Good evening. How are you doing? Happy to have you on. Happy to have you. We're just doing a little midweek talk, reflecting on how far are we from our goals for the week, or how close we are to our goals, and what so far what the week has done for us. Has it been treating us well in the sense that are we able to reflect wisely, and are we able to see where we are going, if we are achieving, or we are just going to be going down again, wasting another week? How much are we able to pick up the pieces? If so, sometimes persons are in a, what should I say, unhappy mode. No, I was at work. That is why I could not come, and I'm really sorry. I was at work at the time, so and I didn't do any this morning because I had to go work early on a Wednesday. So I'm sorry about it. I promise I will pop in. I will still come by. I will still come by. On a Wednesday, it is so tight. That's why I said let me do a little live now, hoping that I can do another little short one later. This work is hectic. It's draining. I'm happy to have you, Vicariel. Happy to have you. And I guess your day went well, but I still would ask you, how was your midweek? How was your midweek been going so far? I would still ask you. I'm still happy to have you. And if you're still there, I would still ask. Okay. Okay. Next time to grow your channel. Okay. Uh, um, I will try. Yeah, I have. And then the replay takes a while. I think I'm going to go to the replay. So I will try. Thank you for your comment. Pico, thank you so much. Although the statement is not finished, there were some guys that were giving a little trouble a while ago, so I'm glad they are gone. So I'm just asking you how has your midweek been so far? If you're still here. Yeah, because sometimes you try to reach out to persons, and guys, touch your thumbs up, make you think, look good, no man. The persons, and they are reluctant, but still yet, I'm over by a few minutes. We still have to reach out to others. We reach out to other persons who have, like I said earlier, persons who have channel. You know, they let me know, but apparently nobody here at the time didn't have. So I'm not able to go onto anybody's channel and connect and look at what they are doing. Because I like when people look at mine and give me their ideas, because that is how we learn. I like when I'm criticized positively or constructively, because I can learn from it, right? I can learn from it. So I have just a few minutes more before I run off. I'm happy that persons were able to stop by and give Auntie D a little peek and to share their views. I don't know if Ebony is still here, but as Ebony was saying, there are times we need to speak the truth. The truth at times do hurt, but on another hand, we have to find the proper environment. Oh yeah, dear, thank you. I didn't want to talk after you there. We have to find the proper environment in order to get the truth. And you see what happened at the time? Just trying to add up to what you were saying earlier. Jesus knew everything about those people. Okay, Vickery, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for stopping by. I really feel motivated. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right? Guys, remember, as you come in to touch the thumbs up and like up the live so that we can have it looking very wonderful. Don't let it look so dull, like we're all a set of unhappy people. And I'm not saying I make sure I put on some bright colors, and yet it was mistaken by some persons thinking otherwise. So sometimes we have to lift the spirit and brighten up yourself. Like when you decorate the screen with those pretty hands saying bye, and there's a pretty face smiling, it makes you feel nice. But some persons, they come on, they don't touch any thumbs up, they don't give you anything, they're just there, and then they're just gone, and you don't know who were there, they didn't say anything. I like when you give a little comment, man, no matter how the comment is. And there are times when we can just reason the comment and flesh it out, but somebody may not be clear. And you have a point, and it helps you raise it, and you can raise a point for discussion as well. And it helps another person to realize that things can be done differently and how much they are still appreciated. Right? So, as you were saying, Jesus knew then that the people they were following him for food and all that sort of thing. But he was still with them, right? And he knew they were in the churches preaching, about the scribes and the Pharisees, all of those things. And he went there just the same. But sometimes want to say we are fearful. So we try to find an environment that we are comfortable in, to reach someone. Because I've seen cases where persons are trying to witness to persons, share with them, godly things, inspirational words. And the way they chase them, and the way they chase them out of their yard, it was so embarrassing. And you think that I won't say the group of people, you may know, you may say you would never go back and say anything. And you see the same people in the next day again, stop at the same person's house or wherever, and still call. And then what the people inside the house do, run and hide. Lock up in their house. And sometimes tell their children to tell the people that they are not there. Then the poor children sometimes would come out and say, Mommy says she's not here. No, I'm not dressing up the words, everybody. I'm trying to be real, right? Mommy say, no, I don't want to call it a group because a lot of groups go out, and some especially people treat them really bad. They don't want anything from them. And some again, the way they live in their communities, oh, they can't witness to those persons in their community. They prefer to go somewhere very far away. They're not comfortable. You understand? So, and that is why I believe the first place a person should start doing something like that is in their homes because sometimes it is right there in your home and you can't deal with it. You don't know how to do it. You're trying, but it's not getting anywhere. And then if you have to go outside to do it, others are going to look at your home, where you're coming from, and see similar things happening there. You can't deal with it, right? So sometimes we can end up become defeated, losing our own battle, maybe because we rely on our own self to achieve it. That's how I think sometimes. We rely on our own self to achieve it. So therefore we won't go far. And self have a way of coming into play sometimes when you least expect it. Because the inner man speaks sometimes. The inner man speak and it's self gratification. And then it doesn't work. It may work for a time, but it doesn't last long. Because the real you is going to show up. The real you. Right, Ebony? I don't want to make it sound. I'm trying to say I mustn't dress it up. But you see, on another scale or on another level, I believe because of what we say, the cares of life, I don't say cost of living, the cares, the different stresses of life, persons are not doing godly work, I think, as they ought to, because there are so many distractors, cost mortgage, school fee, grocery, utility bills, all the different things. So a person's not going to really come and take up those expenses for you if they just see you as just doing that, right? But on the other hand, we have to trust God because of what? He makes provisions. And you go back and he said, by the sweat of your brow. So there are many ways where one can look at certain things to to spread the message. So back to what I was saying before. So I said I'm going to choose a day, and I would just do some, or some, and but use a timing that I'm comfortable with, because no matter what day you use or what evening or night or morning, people once they hear you start talking about God's word, just like now everybody disappear one by one and then gone. They don't want to hear that. And you have some people, they are very critical, very, very critical. They critique everything. And at the same time, you are trying to make things work, but you are not being given the support. You understand? So you can only rely on God for the support. You can only rely on Him. And the thing is, we are not to become uh, defeated at times, feel lessened, distracted, because the distractors will always be there. Will always be there. So we have to just keep focused and do what we are supposed to do. Yes, the truth sinks. That's why I said it cuts like a two-edged sword. It sinks, and it allows you, to me, it allows you to really question yourself. But if you are not questioning yourself, and sometimes we hear the truth and we don't question ourselves, we just leave it hanging, just leave it going. So the wind blow, things come and doctrines come and go. You just go with the wind, and then you are nowhere. You are nowhere nearer to the beginning than you were to the end. So you're not learning, you're not absorbing the word. But sometimes some of us knows the word so well. We know it so well. We know it so well, but we don't share it to get others to come on board to help us. We don't share it. We don't share it. We are just to ourselves. And there are some people, they are maybe good singers, good preachers, good Bible instructors. They are good. But at the same time, they don't make time because somebody will, as I said, the church cannot save anybody. But at the same time, say, do not forsake. Because if you're only going to rely on going to church to sit down and listen to the preacher, what are you doing? What are you doing for the master then? You accept the message, whatever faith it is, and you're comfortable. You're not going out and he said that we are his disciples. What are the work of the disciples? What was shown to us when Jesus had his disciples with him? How can we be a disciple? We know why, because of what? If we're going to be his Jesus' disciple, we'll be doing his work. But you see the work that is given to us now, the physical work here, not the spiritual now. It's like, hi, hi, Mary, how are you doing? Welcome to the live. Happy to have you. Happy to have you, lady. Oh, oh, I lost my point. Right? I just lost the point you came on. Distract me. So, he knew, and like we are in this, I don't know how close we are to we are in Lent, I'm sure, how close we are to Easter, but it's a matter of maybe a week or two. I don't even know when it's Good Friday or those things. I don't worship it. You know, he knew, but he still had them with him. And he teach them. And look what Philip had said. He had to show Philip his answer. You know, you're always a person who doubt. But what I'm trying to say is, we have to learn it. And we learn it. If we don't learn it, we can't share it. So we have to learn something, and then we are able to share it. Some of us share it in a way that it may be difficult, but that's the best way the person can deliver it, right? So you share whatever you learn, and somebody will come again and listen to you, and you keep on developing. And you not just share it and leave the person hanging. You have to always go and check up on the person, check up on them. Some of us, we like to deliver and instruct, but when it comes to reasoning, we are not able to do. Some people, some person knows so much, they have a lot here, but they are not able to deliver it, right? For you to even get a little understanding, or what they may do, they they um they would want you only to accept what they have learned, and you can't question it because their reasoning now is not there. They are going to become confused, and then you are going to lose that confidence, right? Because if you are going to reason, you know, you have to give and take each other's point of view. I can't force you to accept mine, neither should you, but we should have a common understanding about what we are discussing. So people can leave, go their separate ways, have a little clearer understanding of what was discussed. So they will want to hear more and more. I don't just give it to them and leave them. You have to check up on them and look at their growth. You know, you just pop in and then deliver half an hour with the person and then you're gone. What's going to happen? They're going to lose by the wayside. That's what I think, man. Diamond. That girl, Mary, we are looking at the midweek. How was your midweek been going? How was your midweek? Maybe she's not there. And guys, when you come on, like up the thumbs up the live, man. Just thumbs it up. Just touch the thumbs up, man. It doesn't do anything. Just touch it up and let it, you know, send out the algorithm. Whatever we are talking, we can also share. We don't pay attention. So I go back to persons who are distractors. They come in many forms. Sometimes distractors destroy families, destroy homes, destroy friendships, right? Okay, I'm happy that it's been going good. I'm happy. Well, today for me has been good too. I tried to get quite a number of things done. It was hectic and cold, but you know, it's going. But I did not want the afternoon to go by without coming to see. Thank you very much, Mary. How many persons are here? Thank you so much, Nadi. Thank you for putting that up. Because I am here begging persons to like and subscribe to even to do that, even to subscribe. Right. Because that is how the algorithm will go and put right. Thank you so much. Encouragement is good. Good for the soul. So as I was saying, There are times, let me just go backtrack a little as some persons are just coming on. Sometimes I don't know what time, and I'm just trying to use some timing that I can get some person, because who I get now, I may not get them later. I was on last night came on about 10 o'clock, and I had a few persons on. But I know when it reaches certain time, people are tired, so you can't keep them up too long. They have the next day to go and attack, right? So we can't live without plans. We have to make plans. I'm not saying that you're making plans for your life, because we are not the giver of life or the take. We shouldn't be. I see people taking people's, but what we should have some things in mind that, and I call it goals. So you wherever you work, there must be some things you have to achieve for the week. Whether you work in a school, hospital, or office, wherever, in the farm, wherever, in a lawyer's office, even in the president's office, there must be goals that you have to achieve. Some people may have it on a weekly basis, some maybe monthly. But I like when you have it done on a weekly basis, because you're better able to measure the goals. You can measure them. A month is too long. So I always encourage persons to use a weekly basis. And the week starts on a Sunday. Well, it's the weekend. So you're starting measuring from even Monday. So we use a 5 day measuring, right? Use a 5 day measuring, because reaching Wednesday, you should be able to look back to see what has been happening, what you have done, and then you could measure that to look where you're going to go by Friday. What are you hoping to achieve? Right? What are you hoping to achieve? Are you going to just each days go by and the weeks go by and the year go by? What are you going to measure? Is it that you wait until January 1, New Year's Day, to say you're going to make resolutions? So if you cannot do a weekly, let me say a weekly resolution, how are you going to manage a yearly one? Tell me, how are you going to manage a yearly one? How are you going to manage a yearly one? It's very difficult, because by the time you have the plan, and sometimes we make some good plans, we make some good resolutions, but what happened? We lose them by the way. We lose them by the way, because by January finish, you don't remember what you had even, if you had even written it down. Within a month, everything is gone, because a month has basically 28 to 31 days. So it's best to put them into weeks. And in the middle of the week, try to measure them. Don't just leave it until the weekend. You're going to measure it. So you look at Wednesday, you measure it Wednesday. So the remaining days of the week, now you're going to see what you can do to make it even better. Even if you had achieved your goal by the middle of the week, you can still do a little more to make it more impressive. I think so. So I don't know if anybody else has any view how best they should do some reflection towards their goals. Should they do it in a midweek, middle of the week, weekly, monthly, yearly? Well, I won't say yearly. Well, if you're going to do it at the beginning of a year, that means that you're going to do it yearly. So you remember, by the time the next year come, everything is gone out where you can measure it. It'll be an all measuring. Right? So that's what I think. And I said, let me come on and share. I don't think I'm going to stay for the entire hour. But I was hoping to spend about half an hour. But if persons are willing to put out their points, I'm going to be here to share. Right? So, guys, I think this is where we're going to take a break, maybe. Just hanging on a little more. Because I will soon have to go get my phone properly charged, because I will need it for later. So tell me, man, welcome to the live, and give your views on what you think. Because what I said doesn't have to be hard. It's not a hard or fast rule, but I use my measurement to encourage other persons. You just encourage other persons. What is it that you would have done? How would you measure? How would you measure yours? What would you suggest? Sometimes we make some things, we put some goals that are very difficult to achieve, and we get lost by the wayside. But like I said, we don't only just give up because we never achieve them. We have to, that's why I say we measure them. Why didn't we achieve it? Why we are so low in achieving? What do we need to do to make it better? Those are things you look at. You're going to weigh them. So we can't just leave it hanging because we're not able to achieve it. It must be a reason why. Too much time was placed on doing one thing, so when it reaches the middle of the week, you could not have halfway anything. The middle of the week means that you're halfway through the week, so you can use some measurement and reason with yourself. Could I have done better? What could I have done to improve? What was there that was blocking me from achieving this? I could have approached it differently. Or maybe it's not that you're going to write it down. You're reasoning with yourself. But suppose you're going to forget, you can write it. But you reason with yourself. Or should I have spoken to the manager about something? Right. Right. That's very good, Maddie. A step by step measuring. Because not everybody can, but you try. That is why. Because if you don't have something in mind and how you're going to work towards it, when you reach halfway, when you reach halfway, you're not going to even uh, realizing that you have not yet started on your way to achieving the goal. You're so far from it. Because sometimes sometimes some of us are high achievers, and some are low achievers. But sometimes some of us are in the middle. But we pressure ourselves, not realizing that we are killing ourselves. You understand me? We are killing ourselves and not achieving anything. And at the end of it, we blame ourselves. So we know how we are going to, for example, if you want to, I would say to go and you're working maybe in an office. Let me put it like that. But you want to go and upgrade yourself. You want to go for maybe your master's or your PhD. How are you going to approach it? What's the first thing you're going to do? You have to start checking out the institution. You have to look at the different courses that you're aligned with. I'm not saying you're going to do all of that in a week, but you have to sit down and put some things in place. Okay, so when you have done all those checkings, you will have to know, say, well, I need to get through to the institution and find out really for them to send me some brochures so you can be properly informed. Then you set on thing again, you need to speak to where you work. I wonder if they would know of a place that can help me with scholarship. You understand me, guys? Because maybe you would not have all the funds to carry through. And you may have to give up your job or you may have to work longer hours because to study and work. All those little things are who can guide you into some institutions that helps persons to fund their studies. You understand? Or check the same company if they be able to re-employ you or have you to work some extra hours. Your reason to don't just sit there you want to go and do, but you're not doing anything. How is the company going to know what you want to do? You're going to just go about have a little discussion with your friends, and you're not going straight to the department to say it. Have a meeting with the HR and tell them your desires. But you need to have information before you go there, because if you're going to approach the HR, you know what I mean, the human resource the department, you don't have anything in your head about the studies you're going to do. You don't have anything. You don't know anything about where you want to go. And you're going to the HR. They're going to say you need to go and get your facts together first. So it's like you're starting from the back. So yeah, how are you going to do it? You make your plans. And sometimes, really, some of the things you necessarily really have to write them down, so you don't slip up. But when I'm talking about, like at home here working, you need to say, for example, casually, you would not want to wait until Friday to go get your groceries, or the day that is best to go. You need to get home to do some house cleaning. Yeah, you structure your things so that when it reaches weekend, you don't have everything bungled up because of what nothing was structured, nothing was done. The weekend comes, you cannot relax. The house need clean, the clothes need washing, the food is to be cooked. You need to get yourself care. Everything just bungled up. You become confused. You throw up your hands there. Lord, I don't have anybody to help and I don't have any money. I need to take the clothes to the laundromat. I don't have any money. I don't have any car. The taxi. Not... You're going to become confused. I was just looking at that on a midweek thing. So for bigger projects that you want in your life, you have to make plans for it, and you have to work towards it. And I like when people try to upgrade their skills, upgrade the skills. It is always good. It can't be any other way. So you have to have a goal in mind. And guys, and don't think I'm trying to pick on anybody, because I tried myself, and where I fail, I would not want to see another person fail. I when I say fail, there are things that I should have done. So because I've learned the hard way, I said, there are times we have to help another person. Because if I help you, you may not need the help, but you may know somebody who may need some help. So you're able to even advise the person how to go about it. Right. Because sometimes we do have time on our hands to do things, enough time, and we wait until the last minute. Then we start to run up and down and we become so confused. We can't think straight. Others have to think first. Slow down. Focus. Take a deep breath. Set your goals. You are going to do some long-term planning. Set them in the order how they can be achieved. Don't watch the next person, because you don't know how they are going to be financing theirs, but you know how you are going to finance yours. You may need to buy a house or buy a car or some furniture. You don't have the money. Are you just going to rush to the bank to take a big loan? Okay, Ebony, I am happy to have you. I missed you, but I didn't realize you were still here because I wasn't seeing anything from you. Happy to have you and come again. Okay? Okay, bye. You understand? So we need to put those things in perspective. Little by little. Little by little. Don't watch what the next person is doing, because you don't know what some people come out and tell you they are doing. Sometimes they're not telling you not even half of it. They keep it to themselves. So you cannot watch another person. You have to focus on yourself and think of ways how you can achieve your goal within a good time. Not a short time, within a good time. So you can be comfortable. Bye, Ebony. You can be comfortable. We have another 2 minutes or so. I'm getting hungry. Yes, Maddie, I thank you for your comment. It was a beautiful comment. And I don't know why I like to do these things, because many times, because YouTube has to go through the live before it is published. So when persons are on now, whenever they go live, you can say your opinions. YouTube sees it and it's out there. Persons can come back after it is published and look at it. Sometimes persons look at it who it's because of the title, or they are browsing through the file, to the profile. They will see. And sometimes persons are so down, and they cannot make a decision. They just get confused. Some are in broken homes, broken marriages, family problem, people financial problem. They lose their house of foreclosure. The job is not paying enough, or they're out of a job. They didn't make any plan. Oh, you understand? And things do come upon us at unawares, but at the same time, let us not give up. Each day, each step we reflect. But don't stay in reflective mode and not moving forward. Right? You reflect on things, so it helps you to go forward. Some people, when they're reflecting, they're always reflecting, and they're not going forward because they don't have the plans to move forward. Right, guys? So let me say that it was worth it that we stayed on a little, and I'm hoping to come on later. But maybe some person that I get now may not get them later. But still, yet I'm going to wish for you all whatever you're doing. Be wise and don't rush into things that you cannot manage. Think it out properly and always go into a reflective mode. Look at where you're coming from and look how far you're going to go and have that determination to reach the goal. Reach your goal. Right, guys? So remember, as Maddie had said, subscribe to the video, subscribe to my live, and just subscribe to my channel. Look at the videos, like and share them. Share them and share, share, share. So everything can be out there, right? So thank you so much and have a good evening. Right now, I'm going to rush into the kitchen to cook some food because I want to be up a little later tonight. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.